Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Office Blood Dance.
I'm Office Blood Mike.
And I'm Office Blood Max.
Here we are, three of us today. If Patreon is your thing, check out the link in the description below. Loads of stuff on there, starting for a bargain price of just
£1.50 a month.
Bargain, that is. If you see what's on there, you definitely won't be disappointed. Check it out. This is let's see, 10 recent moments that changed the world forever.
Ooh. Right, okay.
Recent moments, so I guess in
Past 100 years, maybe? Past 50 years?
I would say it'd have to be.
You think so? Sort of like post-Second World War?
Post-Second World
I
War,
would say.
yeah,
I feel like that might...
Something like that.
I feel like it'd be a bit further back, because the wars will get mentioned, I reckon.
It's 80 years ago now, so the end of the
I was
Second
going
World
to
War.
say, yeah, when you think... Yeah.
I mean, 100 years is the 20s.
Yeah,
It
no,
could
right.
be around there. End
Yeah,
of First
good
World
point,
War.
Yeah.
Let's go.
The bottom line is that on this side of the Berlin Wall, here Krentz's government is lurching from crisis to crisis. On this side, here coal is facing massive problems too.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're taking a look at 10 moments in history after the year 1900 that had the greatest impact on humankind.
What the Earth scientists are proposing is absolutely extraordinary. It's the most astonishing event, certainly in human history.
The launch of Sputnik.
A man-made celestial body
Gotta be the moon landing,
for the first
right?
time in history,
Yeah.
overcame terrestrial gravity and flew into space.
Less than half a century after the Wright brothers invented the airplane, humanity began sending objects into space. When the Soviet Union launched their Sputnik satellite into orbit, the eyes of the world were lifted upwards to the stars.
Who was it?
Sputnik's
Yuri Gagarin?
technology was
Yuri
primitive.
Gagarin, yeah. First
A
man in space,
rudimentary
wasn't he?
sphere with a simple radio transmitter that beeped.
The space race began.
Goes to show, though, right, when you think about things like it's iconic, right, Yuri Gagarin, first guy in space and all that, right, you ask many younger generational kids now who was the first guy in space, and I'll tell you now, a large percentage of them will say Neil Armstrong.
Yeah, 100%.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I can imagine.
Because it's been commercialised that sort of way.
Yeah.
I mean, he was the first man on the moon, wasn't he? And,
It's the biggest sort of event in it, because it's like...
being the first man in the moon.
Yeah.
Yeah, of
First
course.
man in space, sorry.
Yeah,
the
huge.
first man in space is huge.
Yeah.
No,
I
it's
think the footage is more iconic. You see them walking and...
Yeah, and what he says when he gets on the moon
he
as well, it's
whistles and
all...
things
he
like
say,
that.
is that dog shit? Just stood him.
As the US and Russia competed to develop newer and better spacefaring technology. More importantly, Sputnik was just the first of thousands of satellites sent into orbit. Global positioning, cell phones, television, and the internet are just a few of the ways satellites are integrated into the 21st century. Satellite
there is?
surveillance and positioning are key
lot,
parts of
hundreds.
intelligence gathering and military campaigns. Accurate weather forecasting relies on satellite surveillance. Data from satellites are even used for crop management.
Today, the global satellite industry is a $208 billion business. But that relatively small number belies how rapidly our dependence on satellite technology continues to expand.
The Treaty of Versailles.
The Great War started 1,797 days ago. In a few hours, it will be over. The Treaty of Versailles will be signed.
The 20th century was the first that, from the very beginning, saw the rise of globalized international relations. The Treaty of Versailles ended World War I, utterly resculpting the world order. That single document would have profound impacts for the next 100 years. The treaty dismantled entire empires, redrawing borders in Europe and the Middle East. It imposed punitively harsh reparations on Germany, leading to decades of economic hardship and political instability. In their desperation, resentment turned to rage and bigotry as they sought comfort in the arms of autocracy under Adolf Hitler.
On the 30th of January 1933, Hitler became the head of the government. His
So look,
aim,
right, innit?
establish a
Yeah, just a
pan-German racial state and abolish the unjust diktat.
While intended to secure lasting peace, the treaty instead laid the groundwork for a second, more costly world war. The treaty's lasting legacy profoundly reshaped the global political landscape well into the 21st century.
It would take another world war, another 40 million dead, for the world to start to learn how to make peace.
September 11th attacks.
The unthinkable happened today. The World Trade Center, both towers, gone.
The September 11th attacks on the World Trade Center and Pentagon radically shifted geopolitics forever. In the wake of the end of the Cold War, the West had shifted into the complacency of a 90s boom. One renowned philosopher even called the era, quote, the end of history. Yeah, not so much. The U.S. and its allies soon invaded Afghanistan.
By liberating Dana, we free the local populace from the influence of the Taliban. They're able to go about their daily lives.
A smaller coalition followed up with another invasion into Iraq, and decades of conflict and turmoil ensued, and are still ongoing. 9/11 had so many repercussions on both individual lives and collective world history.
The job of a president is to protect the American people from harm. And some presidents don't need to worry about that, and some do. And it turns out I was one that did.
A possible Anthropocene.
Many scientists claim we're now living in a new geological epoch. Because long after we're extinct, the scar of our existence will be visible in the sedimentary rocks that form the foundations of a new world.
Scientists in the late 20th century first began to discuss the possibility that human activity was changing the Earth's geology and ecosystems in empirically measurable ways. They proposed that the scientific community universally adopt that the Earth has entered a new geological era. In 2024, the International Commission on Stratigraphy shot down the idea.
What will tomorrow look like? Our world is at its limits, and yet we all want more.
Still, its discussion has helped scientists around the world recognize human impact. From altering atmospheric composition through greenhouse gas emissions to widespread biodiversity loss, human actions have changed the planet in ways unprecedented in geological history. The Anthropocene's acknowledgement has also galvanized global efforts in environmental conservation, sustainability, and climate policy.
The scale of what humans have done is sometimes so big, you have to freeze a moment in time to really see it and really understand it.
The fall of the Berlin Wall.
Elsewhere, they were swarming over the wall, hacking at it with hammers, picks, and chisels, clawing at it with bare hand.
In retrospect, the collapse of the Soviet Union was likely all but inevitable after the death of Leonid Brezhnev. Still, the fall of the Berlin Wall 7 years later was the symbol of that collapse. It represented an...
Still a lot of it there when you go.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
Ah.
I was given a piece of it as a gift from somebody once, many years ago. But it's, when you go to, I've been to Berlin a few times, great city, by the way.
Yeah.
And when you go, there's still like, I don't know if you've ever been to Belfast.
No.
They've also got like a very similar thing, haven't they?
Yeah,
where
it's
you've
quite
got a gate that closed and stuff like that. So.
You look at it and go like, why? It's
like,
quite weird to see.
It is weird to see, especially in
because
like,
we just don't know about it. You go,
no,
okay.
It's very educational when you go there because if you go to, I think is it Falls Road? Is it? It's where the divide is. I think it's Falls Road, something like that. And you can going from one side to the other. He's like. You're just like, whoa, if you don't belong on one side, let's say, when you cross that line, you're just like, oh my God, this is like not, I don't feel safe or comfortable. I was safe, probably the wrong word to you, but I didn't feel comfortable.
I
was just like, nah.
You speak a bit less.
And I was you do, but I was with my mate, he was a military guy.
As
well. And he actually said to this day now, he said, if we broke down here now, he said, we just have to get out of there quick. He said, if we could, we wouldn't ask anyone for help. He said, we just go.
It's mad that's still a thing now.
An end to Cold War divisions between East and West. For nearly 3 decades, the wall had stood as a physical and ideological barrier between communist East Berlin and capitalist West Berlin.
Ein Grenzübergang, der normalerweise nur für Westberliner und Bundesbürger in die andere Richtung, nämlich in die Richtung nach Ostberlin, bestimmt ist. Dieser Grenzübergang wurde heute in die andere Richtung.
When you ever speak to a German, right, it's almost like they're putting the language on, their accent. You kind of can understand what he's saying, but it sounds like he's taking a piss.
Yeah.
Right? It's one of them.
Because it kind of goes into a bit, you're like, all right, I kind of understand that. And then
you kind of know what he's saying, and it's just a totally different word. Different thing,
geöffnet.
Its demolition accelerated the inexorable dissolution of the Soviet Union and the collapse of communist regimes across Eastern Europe. In the wake of this change, a new world order was established, dominated by liberal democracies and free market economies. But later, authoritarianism from China and Russia also gained footholds in developing nations and economies.
They were at the door shouting, "The wall is open. We walk through the wall."
The day the wall came down will be
bricks
the most
breaking.
joyful day of my life.
The Great Depression. In 1929, a stock market crash on Wall Street spread economic contagion around the world.
Wherever you looked, boys and girls, men and women, were wondering what was ever going to happen to them.
The Great Depression was a moment of great change for the world. Widespread economic suffering and hunger led people to rethink the role of government in their lives.
I remember looking behind the markets, the garbage cans, looking for head lettuce.
Some, like the U.S. with the New Deal, turned to a variety of governmental social welfare systems. Governments were acknowledged to have responsibility to create a social safety net. Other countries turned to the lures of totalitarianism and fascism. They used force and terror to rebuild their empires. This tension between authoritarianism and egalitarianism still defines geopolitics in the 21st century. COVID-19 outbreak.
Cases I forgot about this. I didn't forget about it. I forgot about this. Could be on it. So it totally bypassed me in my mind.
Yeah, you don't think about it, do you?
You tend to forget how big a thing it was at the time. It was absolutely huge, wasn't it?
I talk about it quite a lot now with people saying about how crazy the rules were. That you can only sit down in the pub. You weren't allowed to stand up.
It was.
It's the worst one.
That was the craziest rule.
That was the craziest rule. Yeah. Don't stand up. And I'm like, why? No, I need to go for a piss. But it's
we all stood up.
Yeah,
didn't move.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. What if I stood on a high chair? I sat on a high chair. Same as standing on. I'm higher than everybody else.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, it was just one of the craziest. When you think about it, one of the craziest rules ever.
Yeah, you think of people that you spoke to during it and how sort of the difference everyone was about it. Some people were like, I'm not asked. Some people were like crazy.
It's in shops as well, only letting a certain amount of people in shops.
Yeah, I worked through the pandemic.
It's like everyone was keeping like 6, 8, 10 foot apart, but they weren't, because if you go through the same thing in the shop, you still have people next to you.
Everyone went weird. It changed the whole the outlook of everybody's mental state.
Oh yeah,
it just showed it. I think.
Yeah, because even when you went to the supermarket, you had to walk certain ways up and down the aisles.
You
couldn't cut down one aisle.
You had to queue outside to go in as well.
They had the red and green light system going on to let you in and all that.
Like if you miss an aisle, you're like, you got to go all the way around and back.
Actually, the rules are bonkers, weren't they?
It's crazy.
And then to top it off, we had people banging pots outside.
I know.
It was all I remember Gaynor said to me, "You're not banging a pan." I went, "Do I look like the sort of guy who's going to stand outside banging a pan?"
I'm surprised she asked you.
Exactly. Yeah.
135 people have died from coronavirus. That's 6 times more than last week.
In the fall of 2019, rumors began to bubble up in the US and Europe about a new flu-like virus in China. No one could have predicted the global devastation that followed. By early 2020, COVID-19 had spread across the planet, leading to widespread lockdowns, crippled economies, and disrupted daily life.
In a further effort to contain the spread of the virus, the government also increased testing capacity. Germany didn't want to make the same mistakes as France or Italy.
It's making me heave. Look at that.
Businesses closed. Millions lost jobs, and supply chains faltered. Worse was the human suffering. The pandemic claimed over 1 million lives in the U.S. and at least 7 million globally, with some citing 15 million deaths. The psychological impact was also profound. Fear, isolation, and uncertainty took a heavy toll on mental health. The world was forever changed as the virus reshaped how people work, connect, and view public health.
Don't delude yourself into thinking only the old will die or will get it. They're all ages.
The invention of the internet.
The internet
Yeah.
and the
Yeah.
information age has
Should be number
created
one.
a
It should be
seismic
number one.
shift
Game
that
changer.
completely changed how we live and communicate.
Human civilization is now in its second generation of the internet age.
But then the
Young
mobile
people
phone.
today may have difficulty fully understanding just how much the internet has changed the planet. People in India can video chat in real time with someone in London. Students in South Africa can connect with counterparts in China on social media. The world is smaller and faster than it was 50 years ago. International business now happens at the speed of thought. Political movements have become global.
Though it has become completely ubiquitous, few saw the internet coming, and no one could have predicted its impact.
Unfortunately, dangers have spread like wildfire too. Misinformation, propaganda, and conspiracies can now circle the
not all
world
good, is
before
it?
the truth wakes up
Yeah.
in the morning. Love it,
Only
hate
use
it,
it for
or
porn.
both. There can be no doubt. The 21st century is the century of the internet.
What do you reckon's left then?
Mobile phones.
Mobile phones up there.
I'll tell you what should be there.
Television.
Should be the creation of penicillin.
Ooh.
That's probably saved.
That was pre-1900 though, wasn't it?
Ooh,
Yeah,
I didn't think it was, but
penicillin was, I think, Victorian. I think. I know Fleming.
How old were you when Fleming was about?
Funny.
35.
I'm not sure when it was actually. It might not be then, but if it's in the time frame, that could be up there.
I'm thinking television. the invention of television,
and the World
mobile
War II.
phone.
They've not mentioned World War II. They said Versailles because, let's just say that's because it started World War II as well.
Yeah, penicillin might have been predated that maybe.
I'm thinking too small scale. I was thinking like the housing crash in the US because it just absolutely murdered that country for so long.
Yeah, but we had the Great Depression, haven't they?
Yeah, exactly. Which is big.
I'd go to the .com crash.
Because we were saying about landing on the moon, weren't we?
Moon landing.
Obviously, electricity. That was way before.
What's the Edward Snowden thing when everything got released? Like that was quite big.
Yeah.
There'll be something on there. We go.
I'm thinking like a technology one, TV or mobile phone.
I was thinking like a medical thing because of the amount of lives it saves.
Yeah.
But again, might not be in the time frame. Like antibiotics and of the like. But I don't know.
Yeah, let's see.
When was the car invented?
That's before.
Yeah, that's like
late industrial
wasn't it?
Revolution,
Really? Yeah.
All while connection speeds ramp up exponentially. The question now becomes, what could possibly be next?
The Holocaust.
Yeah.
Those
that's pretty
are
big.
condemned to repeat it.
I saw the word Auschwitz.
The doors opened. Terror hit us immediately.
In the modern era, where an estimated 1 in 5 young Americans don't believe the Holocaust happened, this statement still rings true.
Serious.
We've seen entertainers like Kanye West share anti-Semitic tropes. Even former President Trump had dinner with a prominent Holocaust, denier.
The Holocaust during World War II was Germany's monstrous, systematic, state-sponsored persecution and mass murder of millions of Jewish people, as well as other groups the Nazis targeted.
Hitler ordered a rounding up of Jews, as well as other groups he hated, including gay people, Roma gypsies, and people with disabilities.
It taught the world that turning a blind eye to human rights abuses has horrific consequences. The UN passed the Universal Declaration of Human Rights in 1948, after the war. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into Settings and switch on your notifications. Invention of the assembly line.
Relief man passing. Relief man passing.
The assembly line was arguably first invented in 1901, but most famously implemented by Henry Ford in 1913. It sparked a global revolution in manufacturing by streamlining production processes. This drastically reduced both the time and cost of making goods. By the middle of the 20th century, the assembly line was the cornerstone of the efficient mass production of standardized products. Prices plummeted, allowing a wider pool of consumers to access goods.
In 1910, Ford opened the 60-acre Highland Park plant and set up the machinery on the shop floor in the actual sequence of automobile production.
It reshaped labor practices, creating specialized roles and repetitive tasks. The assembly line played a crucial role in creating a global marketplace, enabling economies of scale. This shift in production laid the foundation for modern consumer culture. Today, virtually every consumer product, from cars to electronics, was likely created on an assembly line.
It saved enormous amounts of wasted motions, and it brought an enormous reduction in the cost of making Model T.
What part of history are you most interested in? Let us know in the comments.
You can't really hate that, but you would never have thought it.
No, I didn't think they would have changed the production line. Would have changed.
No, it's a bit of an odd one that, but I wouldn't have thought of that one ever. But
no, I'd have thought the TV or the mobile phone would have been a
maybe because the
computer,
maybe just because the phone was made
computer in general
pre-1900. They were like, that's but I get what you mean.
Was
mobile
it?
phone is bigger. Yeah,
what year was the phone?
Like 80s, 70s, something like that. Yeah,
1800s.
When it was just Big Graham Bell ringing himself.
Yeah, it wasn't a mobile phone, was it?
No.
That's what I mean.
Pick it up.
It's quite weird that they didn't put the Holocaust in with just World War II, because it's kind of a package thing. Obviously it's horrific, but I get why they've separated it, because again the human rights thing. But World War II was the biggest thing ever.
I just thought the internet or the the internet was on there. Could have probably been number one.
Yeah, but I think you're right about the computer. That sort of predates that, doesn't it? Without the computer, that set the benchmark, and that's where everything has sprouted since. Like the internet and stuff.
The internet's the biggest thing.
That's what sort of gave birth to it in the first place, isn't it? So it's got to be bigger, hasn't it? The computer, I would say.
Yeah.
But
there's a few on there that the list could be going on and on.
Of course,
the list could be massive.
Yeah,
you know what I mean,
yeah,
it's everything: fast food, Don't know when the outlets stuff like where you go in.
Yeah,
and,
of course.
Electrical energy. If you want to do stuff like that.
There's loads in that you can go into.
International flights, travel and stuff like that.
It touched on that a little bit though, didn't it?
Sort of did slightly.
About it was going into space, wasn't it? And satellites in space. Yeah, I'm just curious how many satellites are in space. I wonder if there'd be thousands, wouldn't there?
Thousands. Yeah. Absolutely everywhere.
Yeah.
Absolutely used for everything. Like every country pretty much.
Like I said, it's like over £200 billion business. I mean, it's pretty big now.
It is. But you know when I was younger, probably the same as you, Mike. You had the same thing. When anything went to space, the launch was on TV live.
Oh yeah, all the time.
Like on primetime TV live. Now they're launching shit every day. You don't even know about it.
That's it. Exactly.
You never see anything.
It's just a standard thing now, isn't it? That's why it's not even sort of like big
everyday
news
stuff. Yeah.
So what was the last biggest thing in terms of space? Like
when they got stuck. Yeah, them two astronauts were stuck up there for ages. Wasn't they? It was last Christmas, wasn't it?
So that or like the Mars rover, because that was a big thing. I remember that.
Well, you've got the what's the telescope? It's not Hubble. It's the other one.
Can't remember what the other one's called.
Yeah, I can't remember the name of it, but they got that as well, which has gone out and that started reporting back again now, hasn't it? Sort of thing. So you got that, but
Katy Perry.
Katy Perry went to space. Well,
big news, guys. Katy Perry came back.
And came back.
Yeah, she survived.
So a lot. Like I said, this could be.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Hope you guys enjoyed it. Let us know in the comments what was missing off that list, and hopefully you guys enjoyed it as well. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And see you on the next one. Cheers.